Hello everyone, welcome to my Prince of Persia no damage run and no upgrades run. This video was inspired by Leo K Rogue, so go check out his video on his run. And with that being said, let's get into the run.
Do you think I felt regret as I gazed upon the destruction we had wrought? Or at least humility at the speed with which a world can be transformed from a good world into a hell? If you think so, you are mistaken. For in that moment I thought of one thing only. The honor and glory I would bring my father by fighting like a warrior in my first battle.
So here, I'm just going to run up a wall and fail quite a lot of times. It's a speed running tactic. So usually, you'd have to wall run to this wall, but I just thought for the video, I'll give it a go. We run up this wall here, jump across the gap. Now we are about to encounter our first enemy, right here. But because this is a no damage run, I'm gonna run past him. Run past the other two. Because any fight that we don't need to do, we will run past.
Them, as Khosrow said to Rustam, "You are the noblest of my warriors." From the moment my sword tasted blood, I knew this would not be my way. I would win my father's praise, not by killing, but by being the first to find the Maharaja's treasure vault and the wonders within.
So we're going after the Dagger of Time, which is in the treasure vault. Across here. This opening section is pretty easy. Not many challenges to be expected. It's only the start of the game. We run into another group of enemies, but like I said before, we're going to run past them. It's to not only save our health, but to save time as well. So here's another speedrunning tack. I'm just going to run along the wall and jump up to the balcony. And in doing this, it saves us from having to
Shall I continue my story from here the next time we're interrupted?
I'm going to grab another save. Or the first save, sorry. We got the first bit of platforming in the game, pretty simple stuff. And here we see
there it lay,
the Dagger of Time.
Reach, the Dagger of Time. There was a treasure I could carry with pride as a trophy of our victory. If I could only get there.
Now we can't access the Dagger of Time right there. So we're gonna go make our way over. And we're introduced to traps in the game, which throughout this entire run was a pain in the ass. This part's pretty simple. Just need to avoid the traps. There's something about this room that I just love the sound of. It sounds dead magical. Which fits well because it is a treasure vault. So the sound designers really nailed it in this game, which I will talk about in my upcoming retrospective. So to get to the Dagger of Time, we need to climb up the statue. Which is again pretty simple. Here we don't even have to rebound off the wall, we can just let go and he backflips into the ledge. And we've made it to the Dagger of Time.
Sand. I had what I came for. It was time to get out. Now.
So here we just got some more platforming. Simple stuff. Although here I do almost fuck it up. But we make it through. Now I skipped the cutscenes because just to save some time. I don't skip all the cutscenes. So now we have our first fight, and you'll notice here I'm playing very defensively and I'm trying to separate these guys from the red enemies. I'm trying to kill him as quick as possible, but I'm also keeping my distance. Because one thing about this game are the enemies are very random.
Each time I struck them down, they rose to fight again. I soon realized that only by taking into my own dagger the sands that possess them could I liberate them from their monstrous living death.
So the rules are pretty simple for this run. I can't take any damage, and I can't upgrade my sand tanks or my health. This soundtrack's probably one of my favourite in the entire game. So here we're gonna grab our first save point. And we're gonna make our way into the palace.
Wait! Stop! I won't hurt you!
So believe it or not, this first platforming section did take me a few runs, purely because of this part here, which you have to roll when you land,
The guest room.
otherwise you will take
My
damage.
father, all our entourage, and I should have passed the night lay cold and silent. The sands of time had swept through, stealing life and warmth from everything they touched. And I, who unleashed the cataclysm had been spared? Were there others like me who yet clung to life, hiding in fear among the ruins?
So back there was a sand upgrade, but because this is a no upgrade run, we're obviously not going to take
Had I really seen her? Or had my senses given way under the burden of horrors too great to bear, and conjured up a phantom? Either way, I could not rest until I had
So
found
the
her
prince
again.
monologued over the story in past tense. Pretty cool detail. So this next fight, we're going to skip. There is a save point here if we finish the fight, but I didn't need it, so we just continue on. Saves us time and obviously our health. Now here is our first water upgrade, or health upgrade, but we don't take it, obviously.
Give me the dagger.
Who are you?
I am Farah, the daughter of the Maharaja from whom you stole it. This is your doing,
I saw my father turn to sand.
and we will share his fate if you do not give me the dagger to undo what you have done.
Your traitorous Vizier used the same words. From now on, I trust no one but myself. Run! Go back to the reception hall. Wait for me there. Go!
So, in my opinion, the enemies, the scarabs, were the worst to deal with in this run. Partly because their attack pattern is very random, and they also spawn behind you, so I decided to run past them. This room is such a joy to traverse through. The soundtrack goes so hard.
The hourglass. I did not understand the meaning of what I had just seen, but I knew, with a certainty I could not explain, that those winged creatures had a master. The man who had tricked me into opening the hourglass now had his prize. And for some unknown purpose coveted the dagger as well, would stop at nothing to possess it. Well, I would give him what he sought. I would plunge it into his foul and treacherous heart.
So we're going to do some more platforming here. Nothing too challenging. We're going to skip past all the scarabs, because they are very annoying. I just do not want to deal with them. Honestly, even in normal playthroughs, I run past them. We're gonna skip past this sun cloud. Now there's some more scarabs, but like I said, we're gonna skip them. That one almost gets me. Up over this railing and slide down into the next fight. Now here there's a new enemy type, which is the women, sand ladies. Now these are very dangerous because their attacks are very fast, very random, and they can block certain attacks. So I tend to keep my distance once again.
I soon discovered that when I had collected enough sand, the dagger gained the power to stop time. Not for me.
I tried to stay
the
moving
enemy I struck.
because it's just easier to plot your next move. So I don't go for the trees straight away. Now I go for it because I've made a full circulation around the rest of the enemies. Same with this next enemy. Here I decide to knock down 2 of them and stun the other.
Was indeed the Dagger of Time. I began to realize why Vizier wanted it so badly.
So here we're coming to the end of the fight. And we're going to go and grab this save point. So coming up is a puzzle that really annoys me. And you'll see why. It's the first puzzle of the game, I believe.
Oh, thank God! I was afraid you were one of them! Can you help me activate the Azard defense system? It'll take both of us to do it! I'll reset the axles for you! The man who's normally in charge of this got... Never mind!
This guy's voice is so annoying.
Ride the platform down to the bottom, then use those 2 cranks to bring it back up!
So we need to bring up the pillars to the top, but in the right order. Now on a normal playthrough,
You
I
see
always
those
get it
4
right.
axles? You'll
Obviously,
need to pick them up
the camera's on and I get it
by
wrong.
one until you've got all 4. Then bring them up to the top together. Make sure you pick them up in the right order. That's it. You've got the first axle. Now pick up the other 3. Remember, pay attention to the grooves!
Man, his voice is so annoying. So here I pick up the wrong one. Like an idiot.
Careful! Think ahead! Careful! Think ahead! That's it! One crate turns the platform! The other one raises and lowers it!
Pretty sure this one's the wrong one. Yep.
Careful!
What am I doing?
Think ahead!
By the way, this commentary is post-edit. So, looking back on this footage, what was I doing in this puzzle? I will link Leo K's video in the description. Definitely go and check it out. His run was far better than mine.
Just one more! Not yet! You need to pick up all 4 axles, then bring them up to the top. That's 4! Now, bring them up to the top and line them up with their gears! That's it! I knew you could do it! Now, there's one last step.
Can finally move on
See that
to
platform?
the rest of the game.
Throw your lever, and I'll throw
Really kills the
mine.
pace in that puzzle.
What manner of machine is this?
Ha!
Oh, that sound.
We did it! Serve those accursed
The sound
demons
design is
right! Oh
impeccable
my God,
for this
they'll
game.
rue the day they ever dared attack the palace of Azard!
So we've activated the palace defense systems, or in other words, the traps. And essentially, we've kind of shot ourselves in the foot. Or the prince has. Because now we have to traverse traps. Here's a very easy fight, just 2 enemies. Still fight cautiously though. I'm gonna grab this save point. Now this next section is fully based in traps.
What have I done?
So I'm gonna walk over the spikes very carefully. Because if the prince runs over them, they'll activate like that.
palace's defenses had a twisted logic of their own. They could be circumvented by using the strategically placed switches, which I soon learned to recognize. Yet it was hard to escape the feeling that I had made a terrible mistake by setting in motion such a deadly system of traps, which seemed in truth more likely to claim my life than that of an invader that was not flesh and blood.
Pretty simple platforming here. Nothing too challenging. Just taking it nice and slow. A lot of this game is patience, but sometimes you do just need to bite the bullet. And there's a lot of moments in this run where I just go for it and it works. So we're on our next fight here. It's a bit of a tough fight because it's very claustrophobic, but I use that to my advantage by rebounding off walls. So I'll stun that enemy so I can clear these two. The fights in this game are like puzzles in themselves because you need to pick and choose the right enemy to take down. I'm gonna grab this save point. And now we've got some really cool platforming. Very cool segment of the game. So these traps, I just wall run over when I can. This part was very tricky, but just managed to get under that blade. So I'm just gonna wall run over the spikes. It was a little bit tricky, but I managed. I've played this game probably since I was about 3 years old, and by then I've probably played it like thousands of times over the past 17 years. So I know this game in and out. Hence why I took on this challenge. So now there's another segment of traps, which is a lot harder, because now we're on a time limit, because the door is closing. Almost get caught there, but didn't. So this is the first boss in the game, which is the prince's father. He's been infected by the Suns. It's a pretty easy boss. We're introduced to a new enemy type, which are the blues. You can't vault over these enemies, so instead I stun them. The music. So this fight took a while, mainly because I was taking my time.
Help me!
So far as getting attacked, and one of the enemies knocks down the other. It's very helpful. And we go retreating. So at this point we're getting into the rhythm of it. Separating red from blues. And now we just need to kill our dad, I guess. Pretty simple. And that's the first boss complete, with no damage taken.
I'm sorry.
Why?
I know what it is to lose a father.
That was not my father.
What are you doing? Stop!
So, this is the thanks I get for saving your life.
You don't understand. I need that dagger to undo.
To undo what I have done. Truly you must think I am a fool.
You are right to be cautious. But fight as bravely as you may, you cannot defeat this enemy. The sands will spread. They will consume everything. I have heard it said that you are kind as well as brave. Please believe me. Help me find the hourglass.
It is in the Sultan's treasure vault, atop the Tower of Dawn.
How do you know that?
I just know. Come with me then if you insist. But I warn you, I move pretty fast. You better keep up.
So now Farah is our partner for the game.
Wait!
And you were worried about me? I'll cover you.
Please don't. You're liable to hit me.
Now the prince is right here. Farah can hit you with her arrows, which happened to me a lot, which was very annoying. So, because of her, I had to redo the run. But this time we get it. Like there, she almost hits me. This little pond area is really aesthetically pleasing. The way it's designed. I don't know. Just feels cozy in a weird way. Probably just nostalgia talking.
Get out of here!
So we don't knock down that woman just so we can get the retrieve on the other guy. That's the fight complete. We're gonna go and retrieve our next save point.
Now what? Are you alright?
So here, you have to roll when you hit the ground, otherwise you will take damage.
Not hearing.
That fucked me quite a lot of times.
I'll try to find a way in. She tried to steal my dagger after I saved her life. She would have left me there to die. Here I am, risking my life for her again. And why? Good question.
So this next fight, we're going to skip. Because we don't really need the save point that it gives us. And we don't need the sand. So we're going to use a speedrunning tactic, just running up these walls. Saves us a lot of time. That shaves off at least a minute.
There you are. Try not to get separated again, boy.
It's so quiet out there. It's terrible. But also beautiful.
Maybe to you.
So Farah can
Little thing.
go through cracks to open doors for us. And we're on to our second puzzle.
What is this?
Simple puzzle,
Need to
cool
find a
puzzle,
way down to the
involves platforming. And essentially we need to get down to the bottom. There are traps to avoid.
I can't do that.
Stay there.
I can reach this one.
It's kind of like a tag team puzzle.
I'll just wait here then. Shall I?
We're about 40 minutes into the run, so far so good.
Are you alright? I heard strange noises.
No permanent damage, thank you.
So yeah, I just take my time. Just so I don't get hit by that trap.
There's another lever in that corner. Do you think you can reach it? I've got it.
pretty basic puzzle.
Here I am. Now pull the lever. I can reach this one.
And so now we
Your turn now.
have pretty much made it to the bottom.
Stay there!
So I jumped to these boxes because you will take damage if you just jump off the platform alone. And we've got a new enemy type which are very annoying because they can sweep on your legs, which is a unblockable attack. So I tried to take them out first every time they spawn. Like there, he just sweeps the other two enemies, which is helpful. And here we use a ability called Freeze. Basically just allows us to quickly kill all the enemies, but at the cost of all of our stamina. We get lucky with the double knockdown. And that's the fight over. So now we're gonna grab this save point. I'm gonna try and open that door. Areas like these is what makes me appreciate the game a lot, because it's so like intricately designed. Like just to go up there you needed to do that. Just to go there you needed to do all that.
Done. I'll start the story from here next time.
Stop doing that.
Careful!
So I dropped down onto there so I don't take damage, but obviously I wasn't quick enough. And now we make it. Every area in this game is my favourite, to be honest, but this next one is one of my top favourites. It's the zoo.
Where are we?
This was the Sultans Zoo.
Very cool looking place. And it's fun for platforming.
What?
So here we go up against. There we go, he goes right for a sweep. The sweeps that they do are kind of a double-edged sword because they can knock you over, but they can also knock enemies over, which is useful. Pretty simple fight. I'm going to grab this next save point.
Yes.
So the next enemy are sunbirds, which are very simple enemies.
They survived the sands.
I don't think they did.
Late game they're quite annoying, but right now very simple. One hit. So we're just gonna wait for them to attack, block, and then hit. And that is the fight done. So we're going to reveal a crack for Farah to crawl through and open the next door. She loves her crack. This is the cool platforming section.
The fabled menagerie of Azard, the Sultan's pride and joy. It had been one of the wonders of the world. As a child, I had dreamed of it and longed to see it with my own eyes. Now it was a place of terror, an abandoned ruin laid waste by the sands of time.
Here I am.
Let me know if you'd like to see more Prince of Persia content. So we're just gonna shimmy along this bar, swing over, and get to this switch. And there we can see the next save point, which we will obviously take. So this upcoming bit cost me the run so many times, and I think this attempt was maybe attempt 8, where I finally got it. This is probably the hardest part of the game. And you guessed it, it's because of the scarabs. They're just so unpredictable.
If you have believed the rest of my tale until now, perhaps you will also believe me when I tell you that, as we made our way
So I
through
play
the
really
ruined
defensively
village,
here.
I began to feel strangely drawn to the girl myself. My reason told me to distrust her. She had good cause to hate me, yet she had proven herself a loyal companion. And, I confess, I was grateful for the company of someone who, like me, was flesh and blood.
So I missed that rebound, which was very dangerous. they can hit you mid-air. I'm kind of letting Farah deal with them. I'm trying to space them out.
I can't reach it.
And that is all. Now this leather is difficult because when you let go of it, you need to roll, otherwise you will take fall damage.
Wonderful.
Hey, there's no door.
Stand on that pressure plate, will you?
So this next part is another segment full of traps. Just gonna take our time, roll under. Almost get hit then. Just gonna wait for these to come down. Or go up, shall I say. And then just slowly walk over the spikes. And we are through.
You did it.
On to the next save point.
Yeah, next time.
So this next segment is purely platform based, but there are birds which
I'll be
do almost fuck me, not because they're attacking me, but because the same button to block is the same button to wall run, and you'll see here I'm trying to block but I end up wall running. As you can see. Almost didn't catch that ledge. Stay hydrated, everyone. So, once again, block, attack. Easiest way to deal with birds. It might be slow, but we're not taking any damage, so it's what needs to be done. You can skip past these, but it's very risky. And we're trying to minimise risk throughout this entire run. So we're just going to jump across the gaps. Nice and simple. Activate this switch. Very dangerous war room.
look out for scarabs.
So there's more scarabs here. Once again, I'm shitting myself playing very defensively. This soundtrack is my favourite soundtrack in the entire game, and it's my favourite area in the entire game. So these next batch of scarabs I just run past. Once again trying to minimise risk. So here we enter the Royal Baths, which is easily my favourite environment in the entire game. So as you saw there, new enemy type. Pretty easy to deal with, but they can swipe under your legs and they can block attacks. So I'm trying to separate the enemies once again. Don't go for the trees straight away. It's all about speed and timing. You want to eliminate them as quick as possible, but you also want to pick the exact right time to retrieve the body. Or the sans, should I say. So here I'm going to use Mega Freeze, just to clear a few enemies quickly. This isn't an upgrade, it comes with the dagger, so it's mandatory. And that's the fight complete. Grabbing the next save point.
I'm alright.
I know.
Now just look at how beautifully designed this place is. The sound of the water when you run through as well. Super cool. And the lighting effects as well. So this trap is pretty difficult because you have to roll when you land here, otherwise you will take damage. And it's a tricky roll to pull off. You also have to dodge the swinging post. So this next fight takes a while. There's a lot of enemies. But the plus side is Farah is above us, so it's a lot harder for her to hit us with her arrows. So that gives me peace of mind, and that is the new sword we will unlock. Mandatory upgrade once again. So don't go for the trees straight away. In fact, I'll leave. You're just too risky to retrieve. Now Farah can still hit us, but the chance is extremely low. So her attack actually interrupted our attack. I'm gonna Mega Freeze here. Just to give me a bit of breathing time before the next wave. So as you saw, then she can block attacks. Fire almost hit us there. So I stun that enemy just so I can hop over the rest quickly. Because if I didn't, they would have moved out of the way. And they would have ruined my position. And that's the fight complete. On to the next save point. So our main objective here is to get the next sword. And this sword can break through walls. Obviously it's mandatory, so we need it to get through the game. It's an unavoidable upgrade, if you will.
You did it. Hurry, before it closes.
So we need to drain the water so we can move the box into the other room. And we can also run up walls. Because if the prince runs in water and then tries to run up a wall, it'll slip,
Going down.
disabling the ability to run up walls. So with this we're going to take our time. Purely because we're pretty high off the ground. Nice and simple. Nice and easy. Stay hydrated. So here, usually you would drop straight down but you take damage. So I swing all the way back to the ledge. Just so I can ensure that I don't take damage. Now, you can roll if you drop, but I don't want to risk it. So instead I just go all the way back. It's a lot slower, but it's a lot safer. So now we do the same again on the other side. Different bar positioning, but same basic concept. Go there, go back. So I'll swing back once again just to ensure that I get down to the ground safely. It's all about choosing which risks you take, and this one I was not about to take because I'm not very good at rolling when I land because you have to time it. So I try to eliminate having to do that throughout the entire run, which you will see. Also, if you're wondering why my voice sounds whispery, It's a result of surgery. But hey yo, you just have to deal with it.
Stay there!
So I'm gonna grab another save here. So just in case I take any damage. Which I don't, but it's just a precaution. Just so I don't have to do that whole segment again.
Don't worry about it. I'll be fine.
So once again we have to roll. Like that. The platforming in this game was so ahead of its time. This game was released in 2003. Can you believe that? Just nearly get hit by the post. So we're gonna grab another save here. Once again, just so we can lock down that segment. So here we're gonna use another speedrunning tactic. Once we get to the top of this ladder, we're gonna wall run onto the railing rather than through the wall. If I had it first try, I would have got a lot of time, but as you can see, I struggle, but we do in the end. That saves maybe like 30 seconds, if that. Just gonna swing across. Nice and simple. A couple of chops up ahead. Just gonna wall run over. And we're gonna run by these enemies because we don't need the next save point. So this platforming section, as you'll see here, I almost missed the pole, but just about grab it. And we have now retrieved the second sword. So now we can destroy walls with this sword, which allows us to progress through the game, essentially.
You do have the strength of loose tongue.
What?
That's not the same sword you had before.
It said this palace was built on the ruins of an even more ancient one. But I thought that was just a story.
So we're going to reveal another crack for Farah.
I'll go.
This allows her to get across. while we need to do some tricky platforming. Now we need to roll when we land, otherwise we will take damage. Drop down here, nice and simple. Wall run back up. Or jump, sorry. Only just catch that ledge.
Stay there. I'll come down to you.
Pretty simple from here on out. The rest of this section. Or segment.
Right below you. There you are.
And we're going to activate this switch. Now we're going up to some more scarabs. These particular ones are quite difficult. As you can see, I am retreating. Just so I can figure out a way to eliminate them. So as you saw them, they do just lunge at you, and it was quite scary throughout this entire run. And there we go, eliminated. So now we move the box over. And we wait for Farah to step on the white switch right down the hallway, and this allows us to get across, essentially.
Here I am. Can you make it?
Don't step off that switch.
Now we're coming up to a fight which is quite difficult, and this is when the difficulty of the game begins to ramp up. This was the moment I was dreading, but I got through it. Just played defensively, took my time, and separated the enemies, kept my distance and chose when to attack.
Help
But
me.
the trouble is, Farah was getting attacked. I'm pretty sure in this part she does get killed, but I rewind time. Rewinds are allowed because it's not an upgrade. It's a mechanic of the game. So as you can see, Farah is pretty low. We're just gonna keep fighting. She almost hits us with an arrow. I'm mainly focusing on the blues, as they're the most dangerous enemies up to now. Almost got hit there. As you can see, she dies, but we bring her back up. If I remember correctly, that's the only rewind in the entire game I use. The entire run, should I say. accidentally wall run up the pillar. So although we've brought Farah back, she still has lower health, so I'm still trying to protect her. So if you're wondering why I'm not jumping over the blues, as I explained before, you can't jump over blues, otherwise they'll hit you back to the ground. And that's the fight complete, and we got the next save point.
What?
This is once again one of my favourite environments
We'll need to open this door.
in the game.
Look for a switch.
Once again because of the lighting.
I'm going in.
Don't! Wait for me!
So here we're introduced to a new enemy type,
Soldier's mess hall. Smell of food still wafted from the kitchen.
which are called the Sand
Scanned
Generals.
hours ago, these tables had been filled with men,
The most dangerous
joking
enemy in
in
the game.
camaraderie over their evening meal. Just as my father's men do back home in
That
Sarat,
attack they can
at
sweep
ease because they think themselves safe
Which
within the
are-
castle walls with no enemy to fight.
pretty much
How could they know
unblockable.
the enemy is already among them?
So my strategy with this fight in particular was to just keep moving. Never stop. Just move, stun, bounce from walls. And that way I can avoid attacks.
Help me!
So I use a tactic there where if you move the prince forward twice quickly and then attack, you do like a stomp with the sword which will knock down the enemy and you can retrieve, but it doesn't always work. Learn that one from Leo K. Thank you, Leo K. And that is the fight complete. Wasn't too hard. And we got the next save point. Now here we just do a little bit of platforming. Nothing too insane. Pretty simple stuff.
No, I can't climb like you can.
I mean, look at the lighting effects for 2003 coming through the windows. Beautiful. As someone who studied game design in college, I know how hard it is to pull off lighting effects like that. Especially in the year 2003. So here we have some pretty difficult traps, and my strategy is to just take it slow. And then we're going to wall run across. And open the gate. Nice and simple. Don't know how many times I've said nice and simple. Nice and simple. Get the ladder so far I can make her way up. Nice and simple. Anytime, Farah.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Don't mention it. We're above the zoo. We'll need to cross that.
So yeah, I'm just goofing around, just bouncing on walls.
Now what?
Farah's gonna open this gate, which will
Yes, I was just going to
allow
suggest
us
that.
to bring the drawbridge down. Like so.
You did it!
Now this next part did take quite a while. Because as you can see, it's just blues and sandjam rolls. Once again, the hardest enemy type. And obviously because there's no barriers around us, it's very easy to just fall off. We get very lucky there, dodging that sweep. Almost fall off there. Once again, my strategy with this fight is to just be as quick as possible. I get very lucky there. As you can see, I'm getting trapped.
Help me!
Throughout this run, I got very lucky with enemies hitting one another. Real Prince of Persia fans know how hard these enemies can be. So if you're wondering why my interest for Prince of Persia content it's just come out of nowhere, it's my first game I ever played in my entire life. And I've played it the most. It's my favourite game of all time. I'm gonna grab the save here. But on to what I was saying. Yeah, it's my favourite game of all time. And it's the reason why I play a lot of the games that I do today. Like Star Wars, Spider-Man, Batman. They're all similar games. So this next room is a pretty cool puzzle. Essentially we need to move the platform to the top to get to the top. It's another tag teaming puzzle.
I'll just wait for you here then, shall I?
Up to now we're about halfway through the run. Doing pretty good up to now.
It stopped! Pull it again!
So as you can see,
I think I see how this works.
we have to pull one another's lever to get the platform up.
Now pull the lever. Woo!
Just gonna take our time avoiding that trap. Zooming on the prince's character model. Very clean looking model. And here, the prince loses more of his armour. It's really cool how we see throughout the story how his armour progresses as he takes more of it off. Because obviously it's been damaged. Which is a detail many games took after it, such as the Arkham games. And even some of the Spider-Man games. So I think I'm just checking my phone here, and so I'm not moving. Checking it again. So I wanted this run to be as uncut as possible, obviously, to prove that I didn't lose damage and I didn't upgrade. The only time I've edited it is when I got to a save point. I just edited out divisions to keep the video seamless. And now we can open the gate. Bish bash bosh.
If you can fit under this gate, I'll really be impressed. I knew that hole was there. I just wanted to see if you knew. Keep running!
So we're gonna take the prince's advice, and we ourselves are gonna carry on running past all these birds. I do a few rolls just to make sure I don't get hit. I want to get the next save point.
Try not to take too long.
So here we're gonna jump down. It's pretty tricky jumping down from walls. You have to time it better. A lot of this game is just timing.
I'm up here. Down below, there's a great open balcony. Come on, I'll show you.
Easy for you to say.
Here I am.
Stay there. I'll come down to you.
So we can't get to Farah. So instead we have to split up.
I know where I am. This gate leads to the baths. Do you think you could find your way there?
Of course. Finding my way to the baths from here should be easy.
Good. I'll meet you there.
So this particular segment is very
That's the
difficult.
first sand creature I run into. Could you direct me to the baths, please? Well, thank you. Don't mention it. I used to be a bath.
Very, very
when I was
difficult.
alive.
It's all about timing,
I'll
it's
meet
all
you
about
at the
speed.
baths. She orders me around as if I were a servant.
and it's all about
It's my own fault.
platforming.
With women, you need to show them you're in charge.
I'm gonna grab this save. The prince is running about Farah. It's all about balance as well. So as you can see, not only do we have to get through all these ledges, but there are birds above us and we can't block. So you have to hit the right time. And that's the tricky part. After playing this game so many times, I got the timing down to a T. So I just skipped past the last bird. And just to make things worse, there will be scarabs as well as birds. As you can see here, bastards. So I run past them. Pretty risky because they can sometimes damage you mid-cutscene. But lucky for me they didn't. And I'm going to use a speedrunning attack to get up to the ledges quicker. Like so. I'm going to run past all the birds. Or jump past, should I say. And just in time we can run across. And that segment is pretty much complete. And now we're entering my probably one of my favourite areas, which is the caves. The sound design and the
Have you been waiting here all this
listen
time?
to the water.
I didn't realize you
Now
meant
look at the
these
place.
baths. I went to the other baths, clear across the other side of the city.
The lighting coming through
A
the top.
lovely wash and a rub with fragrant oils. Too bad you weren't there. Stop talking to yourself.
Once again there's more scarabs. But we're gonna run past them. I almost fall down the waterfall, but we're fine. Then we get an overview. Now here we're introduced to a new annoying enemy type, which are bats. Now the way they attack you is they swarm you, but right before they get closer you need to hit them all at once in a clump, like that. And you need to hit them until there's 3 left, and then they'll fly away. So I'm just taking my time, making sure I get the best hits on the bats. And as you can see, there's another save point which we are going to grab. Break through the wall, and now we're onto some cool platforming. Very well designed, this environment. This part's all about speed because everything we grab onto is brittle and it will fall, so we need to stay moving. Once again, I just take my time. Sometimes it's best to just slow down a little. Especially when bats swarm. So you can see the next save point. We're obviously gonna grab it. Bosh. So like I said before, just keeping that constant speed up so we don't fall. Nice and simple. It's all about getting the rhythm of it. And here we get to see a beautiful look at the rest of the cave. Such a nice environment. Do almost fall because of the bats, and I'm trying to outrun them rather than attack them. But then, unfortunately for me, another swarm comes. But I still outrun them. You do almost get me, but I just about managed to roll away. Very close call. And we're into the next area. So we need to go to that well to escape the caves. And there's our next save, which we will take. So this wasn't too tricky. Up until a specific point, which you'll see later. So here I just stop. Just so I can clear the bats better. And we're going to swing across. Just taking it nice and slow. Now here we're coming to the tricky part, which as you can see is traps. Now I take my time running up this ledge. And just to make things worse, when we activate this next trap, we also release some bats. So here I use slow motion, which isn't an upgrade, it's just a part of the dagger. Just so it makes it easier for me to get down. Almost get caught there. And then we're done. Instead of dropping down, I'll hang off the ledge to kill the bats easier. Hanging on ledges makes it 10 times easier. Just gonna take our time. Nice and simple. And we have made it to the bottom of the well. Now this fight was pretty tricky. I almost get hit just there. So once again, same tactics. Separate each enemy, keep my distance, but move quickly. And stun when I can. Almost get hit there. I use that knockdown which I mentioned earlier. It's risky but it's very useful. I retrieve this enemy just so it makes retrieving this one easier. Now here I'll back off a little bit just so I can figure out the best way to approach. Because like I said, these enemies can be very random. They don't have scripted attacks. So that helped me quite a lot because it made me able to knock down that third blue. It's a fairly long fight. Just backing off a little bit. Stunning this guy. And then we're done. Grabbing our save point. On to the next segment. Now we're coming up to a section of traps which are very difficult, as you can see. A lot of traps. So we're gonna take our time. Even though we are on a time limit, we still have to take our time. Just gonna line the jump up. Boom. There we go. Now these next couple of fights, very long, very difficult. And they're difficult because of the camera. Now, because it's such a tight, claustrophobic area, the camera does tend to glitch out from time to time, like then. And there's a variety of different enemies, which makes it difficult. But our saving grace, you could say, is because we're in such a tight area, we can jump off walls easier and torpedo enemies. So I stun blues whenever I can, because their long sword in this tight area can really fuck us over. So I always reposition myself at the centre of the swimming pool, between each wave, just so it gives me some room to think of my next move, rather than them just spawning on top of me. And what that does is allow me to essentially not take damage in this. So the save is done. I'm gonna save real quick. Now we need to get to Pharaoh.
I'm coming!
What took you so long?
Oh, were you waiting long?
Now this fight is long. Longer than the last one. Now, there is a yellow lever which you had to pull, but you can skip past it, which is what I did, and so I got to this room so quickly. Little speedrun attack. This room is a little more easy to maneuver than the last one. Oh, rebound. I almost get hit there. I'd say the Sand Ladies have the most unpredictable attack pattern. So here I think the fight is over, and I'm like, oh shit, and there's more. I forgot how long this fight can be. Almost get hit there. Almost get hit there, and as you can see, the camera is spazzing out. I don't go for the retrieve, I don't think. It's too risky. Just managed to dodge that attack by a wall running. Split second decision right there. Because I wouldn't been able to block it because I had my back turned. There we go, next save point.
My love, please don't leave me.
What did you call me?
It doesn't matter. The important thing is, I know how we can reach the Tower of Dawn.
Of course, the hourglass. All right. But this time, stay with me and pay attention. Can't spend all day chasing after you.
So now we're coming to my most favourite area in the entire game, which is the Hall of Learning,
What are you waiting for?
or the library. Not only is there a great puzzle, but
Please.
great atmosphere, and we get my favourite sword,
Yes.
the third sword that you unlock. Once again, it's a mandatory upgrade, so we can't avoid it.
I'm afraid. What if I get into trouble?
There you are. Are you sure I'm not slowing you down?
All right, all right.
The sound design, everything about this room,
The Hall of Learning.
so amazing. Just look at it.
We must have come out the wrong side of the baths. We'll need to go back through the royal palace.
All right then. Let's find the way out.
So here I use Mega Freeze, but it was a pretty poor use of it, as I can't reach any enemies. The soundtrack for this section is amazing, as you can hear. Almost get hit there. I almost get hit a lot during this fight. So right now we're just taking our time, separating the red from the blues again, because the reds are a lot easier to take out than the blues. I tried to do a stomp attack, but he blocks it, and I'm trying to draw them away from Farah, because she does have a tendency to die in this specific fight, as you can tell. So I quickly dispatch these. I do a stomp and it works. fight still isn't over. Almost getting it there, hence why I didn't go for the retrieve. But I still managed to get it. The prince doesn't have invincibility frames when he's retrieving. He can still get hit. And that is why I don't sometimes go for every retrieve. And that's the fight complete. With our next save point. And now we're on to the coolest puzzle in the game. So essentially we need to reflect the light source in the right spots using these mirrors. And the prince here talks about
He said my love. I know she
the
did.
thought of getting with
I
Farah.
didn't dream it. At least, I think I didn't. It's quite natural, really. Her kingdom's conquered. She has nothing, no one to protect her. She needs me. I can see it in the way she looks at me. All I'd have to do is reach out and take her hand, and she'd be mine. Why am I talking to myself?
I'm up here.
The prince is actually voiced by Yuri Lowenthal, who actually voices Spider-Man in Spider-Man PS4. Which, when I learned about that, I was like, holy shit. And there's our third sword, my favourite sword. So it's quite a lengthy puzzle, but it's a fun one. A lot better than the first one that you do with the one that fails at the beginning.
There's something odd about this bookcase. Look! It's the same symbol that was on the pillar.
Stay there. I'll come to you.
So here I turn the mirror in the correct position early for when the light eventually hits it.
It's no use moving the mirror. There's no light beam.
I can see that.
Which Farah notices. Here I'm just going to take the save route up to the beam so I don't get hit by the trap. And there are bats here, so I'm just going to drop down once I've taken them out, because it's easier to eliminate them on ledges rather than just stood normally. I don't actually know why I run across this wall, because I don't need to. So I run back. Once again, I'm going to move the mirror in the correct position.
Where is that glow coming from?
Risky jump to this ledge, almost fell. I incorrectly presume you can jump up to that top bar, but obviously you can't. Once again, staying on the ledge so we can eliminate the bats easier.
Listen to this. Of what use is reason against the power of love? Love is life. So if you want to live, Die in love. Die in love if you want to stay alive.
What's that supposed to mean?
I thought you'd like it.
If you want to be useful, try finding a book that'll tell us how to get out of here.
This isn't that kind of game.
Game? She thinks this is a game.
A bit of a fourth wall breaking.
Stay there. I'll come to you.
With the... She thinks this is a game, come on. Because it is a game. So this part's pretty tricky because you have to roll when you land, which I'm not very good at, but luckily I do manage. I try and figure out a way to not roll, but there's just isn't a way. So I accept my fate and just do it. And I'm successful.
Be careful!
So we're gonna swing across using the ropes. Nice and simple. Gonna break down these 3 walls so I can get the light through. Move this mirror out, nice and simple. It's a fun puzzle. Cool concept. I almost fall. So we're going to move this out of the way and then move that mirror into it. And that should grant us access to the 3rd sword.
You open the gate!
Now here, it's a little tricky because there is a drop that you can take damage from. But I'll soon learn, instead of hanging off the ledge, just drop down normally like that. And there we go. We have the 3rd sword, my favourite sword. Look how cool it looks. This can break enemy defences a lot easier. So it'll come handy in fights.
Come on!
So here we come up to a pretty small fight, but a difficult one, because of the sheer drop off the edge, and it's just reds and blues. This room is also cool, another great puzzle. Although we can break through enemy defences better, I choose to just stick to attacks that I know, rather than just straight up attacking them. So as you can see there, I completely missed the rebound.
Never mind. I found one. Shall I pull it?
Not yet! Wait till I'm on the platform! Now!
So this puzzle involves lining up poles or swinging bars in the correct order so we can get to the lever that opens the gate down below. Look how amazing the lighting is, even for 2003. So, as you saw there, I had to roll, because you will take damage.
Whoa.
So this lever lines up all the bars for us. And it's pretty simple from here on out.
The gate's open.
Here I come! Ha ha!
Come on. Look, a crack.
Wait,
So
let's see where
here's
this
a new
corridor
trap,
goes.
which
Alright, you can take
the
the crack.
wall blades.
See you soon.
They're not too difficult, but they can be.
I'm up here.
Try pulling that lever!
For a first playthrough, like if you're new to the game, it'll be very difficult. But since I'm an expert, so yeah, just wait for the bar to swing twice over, and then go for the jump.
Do you think I can jump it?
Go on,
The
try.
logs have a very
What's
weird
the worst that
hitbox.
can happen? There you go.
So I'm just going to gently walk over the spikes, and then jump over the blades.
I'll meet you on the other side
Now-
of that gate!
Careful.
This
You be
part I do
careful.
almost take damage, but luckily I get under. And I get through fine. There we go. Just about make it. Now this is a very short fight, but what makes it difficult is it's just sand generals,
Here I am. I'm
which is the
coming.
hardest enemy type. So it kind of balances out because it's a short fight, and we get a good advantage there. Very dumb move by me. I shouldn't have stunned him. So if you look, I am constantly trying to maneuver my way out of them, rather than just attacking the one straight away. And there's our next save point. Very quick, very easy fight. So this next bit once again involves birds, but instead of fighting them I'm going to take a risk and just run straight past them. They can sometimes hit you mid-air, which can not only hit you but kill you. But we got lucky on this run.
I don't know. I'm working it out as I go.
These next two birds we can just do it nice and easy. This area is pretty cool. Nice little platforming section. Now this wall run here, you need to roll, but when you drop down from this roof, you can actually just drop down to the ledge below, rather than roll. Which I figured out. It was kind of just a bite the bullet moment. I thought, I wonder if I can catch that ledge, and
I'm out.
luckily I could.
I could marry her. After all, she is a Maharaja's daughter. A conquered one, but still, her blood is royal. Besides, what better way to tame her insolence? It's not so bad for a woman to have a little spirit. It's a challenge!
So there are some scars, but we're gonna skip across.
There you are.
Come on. Can't be much further. On again.
And we're just gonna keep going.
Watch out for spiders!
Farah won't die. Now we're coming close to
Look, that's the bridge to the Tower of Dawn.
the gates of Tower of Dawn. We're gonna run past this fight.
Look out!
Because we don't need the save point. And in just a second we'll see the Prince and Farah get separated, and the Prince will take off the rest of his armour because it's been damaged. It's gotta be the coolest look for the Prince because you can see all of his scars and wounds. As a kid, this was my favourite environment. The soundtrack's great here as well.
A prison. In my father's palace was a prison much like this. I had never set foot inside. Now here I was, myself a prisoner, seeking an escape.
Badass. So here we just gotta make our way down, and it's pretty simple. I'm gonna use a speedrunning tactic here to shorten the way down by letting go of the wall run halfway to catch this bar. That shaves off about 30 seconds. And we enter our next fight, which I thought was going to be difficult, but it was pretty simple. I had a lot of space around to work with. My strategy was to knock down the big guys whenever they came. Because they give me more room. The soundtrack goes so hard. It's like a mixture of Persian and rock music. So as you can see, big guy spawns and I take it down straight away. Just not quick enough. I go for the Mega Freeze because in the corner of my eye I saw the other big enemy go for a sweep. It's lucky I caught that. And that's the fight.
Alright, I've decided. I will marry her. I'll tell her the first chance I get. Time we put an end to all this fencing about and not saying what one really means. We've made it this far. It's foolish to deny what we both feel.
So we've got a quick little trap here, pretty simple. Just gotta time it right.
A torture chamber. It was the first time I had seen such devices at close range.
So we're gonna pull these levers, which
One of
allows
the
us
men whose
to
trade it had been to apply the question, to extract the
climb.
answer their king sought. If indeed there was one. In the end, they had met the same
take our
fate
time
as
with the
their
bats.
victims. Guards and prisoners made equal by the sands of time.
There we go. This part's a little bit tricky, but nothing crazy. Very dangerous jump. And we make it out of the prison, soon to be reunited with Pharaoh. So this fight was very, very tricky. As you can see, it's the only two enemy types that can sweep. So what I end up doing is sticking to one of the walls and just drawing them towards it, so I can rebound and knock them down straight away. But the trouble is with that strategy is they'll soon lose interest in you and start attacking Pharaoh. Once again, beautiful soundtrack. We are pretty much in the final act of the game. So I'm just trying to keep my distance, get back to that wall. You always want to keep your back, like against something, because if not, the enemies will hit you in the back. Very risky retrieve there. Completely missed the knockdown. It's a pretty lengthy fight.
Help me!
So I use Mega Freeze here just to prepare myself for the next wave. Clear up a bit of room. And there's the save point.
It's all right. It's me. It's me. Look, at last we're here. The Tower of Dawn.
So at top of the Tower of Dawn is the hourglass, and essentially what that does is it will basically get rid of all the events that just happened and stop this from ever happening. Turns back time essentially to before the sands were released. So here you have to roll, otherwise you will take damage. Just gonna move this box down. Once again go for a roll. I do hesitate a little bit. And now we can enter the Tower of Dawn.
The Tower of Dawn.
The final act of the game.
I'm coming.
So we're coming to one of the hardest fights in the entire game. The elevator fight. Even on a normal playthrough this is annoying.
Be careful.
Of what?
But luckily for me I got it first try. My strategy was just to keep moving and just be really quick with it and use Mega Freeze as soon as I got it.
That was
And it's difficult because they always aggro Farah. And it's just a non-stop wave after wave fight that takes ages. It's kind of like the final proper fight. So as you can see, I'm just trying to knock it down as quick as I can. And as you can see, they've already teleported to fire. This is where it gets difficult.
Help!
But I keep my distance. Almost get hit then. Kinda getting trapped in this corner. I'll find my way out of it. I use Mega Freeze here. This speeds up the fight tremendously. So I'm playing a little bit more defensive here, just because I know I'm close to the end. I don't want to fuck up this far in. Almost get swept there. Keep on a distance once again. And that's the fight pretty much done. With no damage. I'm quite proud of that. So we just need to pull this leather.
Come on! Hurry!
The hourglass is nearby. I can feel it.
Feel it how?
I can't explain it.
So we're gonna grab this save point and we've reached the hourglass. But not everything goes as well as it seems.
Look out! Hurry! You did it! Take the dagger. Strike it into the center of the dome.
My father's army sacked your palace, captured you as a slave.
What?
You have every reason to hate me.
What are you talking about?
Now you want me to trust you.
Go on! There's no time!
Give me the dagger.
The dagger! He must not get the dagger!
I had faced my enemy. I had looked into his eyes, and I had lost everything.
So the prince didn't just fire. And it cost him saving the world, I guess.
You were there. The dagger was in your hand. Why did you hesitate? You think you're cleverer than everybody, but you're just like the rest of them. Those soldiers, all they can do is fight. destroy? Why did I trust you? Why didn't you trust me? Ow!
Sorry.
Where are you?
I'm right here.
Hold my hand. Don't let go. I didn't mean what I said.
No, you're right. All that's happened is my doing. I wanted honor and glory. I brought this on us.
You are brave and good. If this tomb is to be ours, at least the dagger will be buried with us. And we are together. What is it?
Nothing.
You're trembling.
I just don't like close spaces. There must be some way out of here.
When I was small, my mother taught me a secret word. She said that when I was afraid, all I had to do was speak that word, and a magic door would open. I've never told that to anybody.
I can see why. It's the most childish thing I've ever heard of. What was the word?
Kakolukia.
Kakolukia. You did that, didn't you? Farah?
So this part of the game is a nice little breather. Brilliant soundtrack. For some reason my camera was messing up. But I'm just gonna let you listen to the track. So here we're coming to a puzzle, and essentially you need to
Where are you?
run from door to door until you hear water, and when you hear water you go through that
Isn't
door.
what beautiful? Where are you?
Go through the door that you heard water in. Most people struggle on this, I myself, but
If only we could stay here.
so like that you heard water.
Farah!
If only we could stay here.
Farah? Where are you?
Take me in your arms.
I don't see you.
I always thought she said take me in your ass.
What the?
I don't know why.
All right, this is getting ridiculous. Farah?
Just take me in your arms.
Who are you talking to?
Why do you act so distant?
Farah?
So this is when the prince and Farah become close.
It's beautiful. Come on.
Was it real, that magical cavern? If it was a dream, then it was a dream we both shared.
So Farah has stolen the dagger and our sword while he's asleep. Because she doesn't trust the prince to, you know, put the dagger in the hourglass.
Oh no.
So she's gonna do it herself. So we can't defend ourselves. And so we run past these enemies. And we've got another mirror puzzle. It's a pretty quick one. And we can get the final sword, which can one-hit enemies. It's the only thing we have to defend ourselves. But now because Farah has a dagger, we can't reverse time. So it's a double-edged sword, but we're vulnerable without a dagger. But we're powerful because we have the sword. For some reason I'm struggling to line up. We're just gonna line up the light beams. Now I'm just gonna wait for the red force field because it can sometimes hit you. And there we have it, the final sword. So as you can see, Farah's making her way up with the dagger. Now we're going to skip this fight because it's just too risky. And the reason why I skip is because come so far, and also it's such a tight area to fight in. So now we begin the climb. At this point I was very nervous because I'm at the end. But this next fight we will have to fight.
Dagger.
Farah, be careful! Don't use up all the spares!
So as you can see, it does one hit. Knockdowns don't matter because we can't retrieve them without the dagger. Almost get hit there. But what's good about this sword is sometimes you can kill multiple enemies in one swipe. But the downside is the prince just tends to kick, which can get you into some situations. I found myself cancelling a lot of my attacks like that. fight done. Gonna retrieve this save. So now the climb truly begins. And it's probably the longest platforming section in the game. Really took me time. Here I'm going to use a speedrunning tactic. This cuts so much of the climbing. Because before you'd have to go around and then come back here. So we are very, very, very high up. So this next part I have to wall jump downwards, which is very difficult because, as you'll see in a minute, I need to do it right on the edge. Otherwise, I will take damage. So if you're lucky, I'm trying to find which side is best to jump from. And luckily I chose the right side. And we get down with no damage. This bar was a bit annoying with the bats, but it slowed me down quite a lot. But I just took my time and killed them all. I thought they were going to come back, so that's why I stopped. But now we're going up to the next fight, which was difficult. Very tight area. Very difficult enemies too. Almost get swept over. I'm just really trying to take my time, blocking and moving, trying to take them out one by one. But they can also counter your attacks now. Tight areas like these aren't good because the camera just glitches out so much. Kind of disorientates you a little bit. I got very lucky in that situation. I'm not letting go of block unless I'm about to attack. That was my strategy. And if they're swept, well then I'll just run. Or wall jumps like that. got very, very lucky there. And that's the fight done. So, this is the final bit of platforming in the game. It's pretty tricky, but it's not that difficult. The view is quite amazing. For some reason I struggle to turn around. Very risky jump, should not have done that. Then we just run across. Nice and simple. And then we all jump up. Like so. For some reason the bats flew away, but then they flew back when I got off the beam. So I just ran past them. So now we're entering the final arena of the game.
Farah, no!
Rest up. Unfortunately, she used up all the sands, so we can't reverse time. So with this fight, my strategy was to go to the middle of the room, in between that circular barrier, and then just rebound off the walls. Didn't actually take me many attempts. To figure out what to do. Because if you just blindly swing at them, another will just sweep from behind you. So I wanted to contain them in this area. And just get behind them and pick them off. But as you saw there, I kept diving into them, and they weren't dying. I was keeping my distance at all times. So we're in the second wave of the fight. gets a little bit easier. For some reason that enemy wasn't dying. And that's the fight. And we get to see the final vision of all the environments that we've just been to.
Bravely I have
The ruins has been
slain
left
my
in.
enemies. Honor and glory were mine. But though I fight until the desert sands themselves were red with blood, I could not bring back the dead. No.
The girl is unimportant. Give me the dagger, and I will give you power. Eternal life will be yours.
Live forever, and those I loved are dead, and I to blame. I choose death.
And so the prince reverses time. Right back to the start of the game. And we see the whole game flash.
Do not be
And
afraid.
we learn that the prince's narration
This belongs to you.
was to Farah all along.
Dagger of Time. But it is locked away within my father's treasure vault. How?
Most people think time is like a river that flows swift and sure in one direction. But I have seen the face of time, and I can tell you, they are wrong. Time is an ocean in a storm. You may wonder who I am and why I say this. Sit down, and I will tell you a tale like none that you have ever heard. No further. I am the sun, and that is why I have come. To warn you and your father to arrest this treacherous Vizier before he betrays you and brings ruin on us all. His signal is a flaming arrow shot into the air. Prevent him, and my father's army will know the traitor has been unmasked. They will turn back.
A wild tale indeed. I have a simpler version. A Persian soldier, lusting for glory, entered the chambers of the Maharaja's daughter and was slain by me. Highness, for your own safety.
So the final boss to Vizier, it's quite simple. You just gotta keep hitting him. It really is that simple. Pretty underwhelming boss fight.
I will handle this intruder.
But we got the prince back in his armor. Very cool.
What sorcery is this?
So I just kept in and kept blocking.
My lady,
Really is that
he
simple.
came here to abduct you. Surely you do not believe him.
He will betray you! All will happen as I have foretold.
We even have the OG sword.
How invent? Your exertions are most amusing.
So the events of Sons of Time that we just played through
Let him be brought before
never
my father.
happened.
He will judge.
Because the Prince reverted time. He knows it happened, but everyone else doesn't.
Vizier, I have commanded you to stop. Do you disobey?
I've taken orders long enough from a senile fool and a sniveling brat. Your father
keep
was a
hitting him,
great
Block.
warrior in his youth, or so he would have the world believe. A pity his son does not take after him. And then again, perhaps father and son are alike. It would appear that both share a taste for easy plunder.
You waste your...
Did you really think you could defeat me?
The soundtrack goes so hard.
Careful.
That's the best thing about this final
Don't tire
boss.
yourself.
Viva a party!
So here I just use Mega Freeze. And it literally just cheeses the boss. And there we have it.
And so it ends. How will the Maharaja feel when he finds his only daughter slain by the son of his enemy? Do you have any last words you wish me to communicate to the princess before I kill her? Words of love, perhaps? I could have been.
The Vizier is dead.
Then it's true. He was a traitor.
Take this. Return it to your father's treasure vault. Guard it well.
I owe you thanks. But why did you invent such a fantastic story? Do you think me a child, that I would believe such nonsense? I said I owe you thanks. You presume too much. Such a fantastic story. Do you think me a child, that I would believe such nonsense?
You're right. It was just a story.
Wait! I don't even know your name.
Just call me Kakolukia.
And that is Prince of Persia, the Sons of Time. No damage, no upgrades. Complete. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe.